Hey everyone, so today we're going to be taking a look at the new YuHu v2M Megaminx. So this one actually came straight from the factory, so big thanks to YJ for sending this over for me to check out. And I'll definitely be leaving their Facebook and Instagram links below, so go ahead, see what they're up to on those social media pages. But anyways, let's just go ahead and see what this puzzle is about. So it also came with this accessories box. Let's go ahead, see what it came with. Alright, cool, so it looks like it comes with extra spare magnets, and also looks like we have some black side pieces. So these are just extra ones in case you find that you don't like the gray side or whichever color you don't like. You can just switch it out with the black. Alright, so let's just go ahead and get into the actual puzzle. So for those of you that might remember, the YuHu Megaminx was actually one of the first budget Megaminxes, and we've definitely come a long way since then, just in terms of mechanism, and then of course this one has added magnets, which is going to be really nice. Okay, wow, that looks really interesting. So it looks like YJ decided to go with a pretty unique gripping mechanism. So it has a circular design and also slightly bumped up ridges on the corners, and then also you have these sculpted edges that much like the X-Man or Chi Megaminxes. Yeah, it's definitely a very new system that we've never really seen before, and just in terms of the weight, it's definitely pretty hefty just because of the pure size of a Megaminx, but also the magnets themselves definitely had a little bit of weight to it. And shades themselves are actually very nice, super vibrant. Definitely going to be good recognition with this. So let's just go ahead and see how this actually turns. Alright, so the feeling itself is definitely really enjoyable. It's fast, it has that really nice, slightly crispy feeling, but it's also super smooth at the same time. It kind of reminds me of a sort of updated and modernized Zanchi, if you will. And I can tell with lubrication it's only going to feel a lot more buttery smooth from here. And yeah, the magnets themselves do a really great job at stabilizing the puzzle. Even though this puzzle, I can tell, is going to be super fast, the magnets help control and sort of slow down the puzzle to whatever speed that you prefer. So the actual bump from the magnets, it's going to be noticeable, but if you're just doing regular turns and algorithms, it's going to flow really well. It's not going to obstruct your turning. So yeah, overall, I mean, it's a good puzzle. Corner cutting, it does 45 degrees, or what would be 36 degrees on a Megaminx. It does that really easily. Reverse, half a piece also really decently as well. So yeah, it's overall, it checks all the boxes. The performance itself is great. But the only thing I will say is that the actual grip design is going to be something that you're going to have to get used to. For me personally, it's just sort of hard to be able to re-grip a side because of this new circular design. So you can see what happens on this corner is that this ridge sort of comes out and protrudes. And so what that means for the cuber is that you have to sort of overextend your finger in order to grip this part of the corner and the piece itself. So I'm not really sure if that's just going to be something that I'm personally going to have to get used to, or if that could prove to be an issue that other people could run into. But I mean, even now, I'm getting used to it already, and it's doing just fine. So it's not really going to be a problem. It's just going to be something that you're going to have to be aware of when you are breaking in this puzzle. Alright, so taking a look at the mechanism of this thing, it's actually really easy to see why it flows so well and why it doesn't really catch at all. It's a very simplistic and minimalistic design. The corners are really rounded and smooth, the edges have nothing crazy going on. Aside from these tracks on the corners, there's nothing really super intricate or complex about this. So this really just goes to show that you don't need any crazy design in order to produce a good performing puzzle. And it feels really stable. It doesn't really feel like a super cheap plastic. So, I mean, for $13 for a magnetic Megaminx, it's going to be hard not to recommend. The feeling itself is super enjoyable. It's actually really similar feeling to the MGC Megaminx. So I would say for even at a cheaper cost, it feels like an upgraded version of the YJ-MGC Megaminx. And even compared to something like the GAN Megaminx or X-Men Galaxy V2s, the feeling itself is much faster and it feels a bit more stable and controlled. You can see it goes really, really fast, but even at my level of just an intermediate Megaminx solver, I can control it really well. So it's really going to suit a lot of different turning styles and all skill levels. So especially if you are starting out in Megaminx, definitely go ahead and check this one out. It's super cheap, but it's going to take you to a really great professional level. And even for professional Megaminx solvers, it's going to be worth something checking out because it is just so cheap but performs so well. Alright, so that's gonna do it for this unboxing. Honestly, I don't know if I've been this impressed with the puzzle in a while, really just because it is so cheap, but it feels kind of different from the current Megaminxes that we have, and it is just so good out of the box. So for only $13, definitely go ahead and check it out on speedcubeshop.com, and you can use my discount code TCK for even more discounts on your order. So if you guys have any questions at all, feel free to leave them in the comments below. But anyways, hope you guys did enjoy this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.